What can't Lizzo do? I'll tell you what she can't do. She can't do a sit-up. Can someone come get their boy? Could the Kwartengs come and get their boy, please? Can the Kwartengs please come and get your boy? What's the problem? You mean Kwarteng sacking? It's not a problem, is it? He just crashed the pound with his mini budget. That's all. He just came and announced his own mini budget. I mean, it's not like they went through a general election or anything. He just came in and announced his mini budget, and peculiarly, no one got to look at his figures before he did it. So no Institute for Fiscal Studies, no OBR, not even London School of Economics. He just came rocked up with a budget and papa. Oh, uncharted territory. So what did it do? It tanked the pound, almost got parity with the dollar. Can someone come and get your big top lit boy who went to Oxford, who's a raconteur, the nemesis of Boris Johnson. Someone come and get your lanky boy. Come and get the lanky boy, yeah? Because hold on a second, Rupert Huck's been did you get reprimanded for calling this guy superficial? Hold on a second, guy gets called to the IMF in America to let him know that, oh, you mate, your fiscal policies are causing global instability. He gets interviewed by Fazl Islam. What does he say?
Our position hasn't changed. I will come up with the medium-term fiscal plan on the 31st of October, as I said earlier in the week. And there'll be more detail then.
So he gets called back to England and fired because even the IMF is laughing at his dumbass. Do you know that after he did his budget, he went to some rich posh dinner where all the banking industrialists were slapping on his back for being brave? Who's come and get your guy? Don't call him a black man. Don't you dare call this chalky lipped thing a black man. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Haven't you guys noticed? Look on the Tory side. Look where all the ethnic minority MPs are on the Tory side. Every man jack of them's on the front bench. It's really weird because you look at the rest of the Tory backbenchers, the middle benches, everything, and they're lily white. I mean, you got a couple of get out Negroes stuck in that, like some faded, weird looking, wearing glasses, weird, like white guys dipped in chocolate type individuals. Weird. There's only two of them though. Weird, they're at the back. But if you look over at Labour, there's a smorgasbord of people of colour, from Asian MPs, black MPs, African MPs, do you know what I mean? A couple of Irish MPs and stuff like that, do you know what I mean? There's a smorgasbord around. There's only one bean-headed, Malteser-headed shaped Negro on the front, and that's David Lammy. Because remember, Labour's institutionally racist, so even though it's got a good representative of Labour Party MPs of colour, there's only one on the front, and that's Keir Starmer's bodyguard, isn't it? David Lammy, remember? Keir Starmer's bodyguard, getting in the way, yeah? Well, I say Kwarteng's lost his job. Now, hold on a second. Who agreed this mini budget? I thought he worked in conjunction with this trust on it. I heard they worked together with it at night tirelessly, sometimes by themselves and in secret. At night tirelessly, sometimes by themselves and in secret. At night tirelessly, sometimes by themselves and in secret on this budget. Okay, and now he's had to roll back on two things on this budget. They didn't increase the corporation tax. Now they've increased it. They're pulling billions in. Billions. Now, when I was quoting it earlier on, when I knew the figures, I was saying there's millions. They're missing out on millions. No, they're now generating billions from the increase on corporation tax. Right? This is the thing that they thought. No, they didn't have to do. No, don't worry. Now let the corporations just make shit tons of money off you, and we're not going to tax them anymore. And they were going to borrow money. Right, to put the cap on energy prices. They were borrowing money at 4 times the rate, and guess who's paying for it? You are. Whereas the rest of the EU, they're putting a windfall tax on the energy companies. You're dumbass because you voted for Brexit because you're really intelligent. You're paying for it. And the government borrowing is now time for, oh yeah, hold on, and what else did that do? Yeah, it caused chaos in the bond market and the gilts, and the Bank of England's running around buying back their own bonds, aren't they? Huh? Oh, don't know what I mean. Don't know bond, don't know guilt. Oh, okay. Well, let's say it's a long-term form of storage of money. You're not going to get that less than you put into it. That's the guarantee with the bond. See, word is bond. Americans, hello. The whole word is bond. Oh, we understand bond. Yeah, okay. right? So yeah, you get in the concept. Sometimes it pays you a little bit. Some of them pay you a little bit, and some of them maybe it just might increase in value a little bit. But guess what? People were flogging them. The Bank of England went back and bought back its own bonds, because you know what's stored in bonds? People's pensions. Hello? There was almost a run. People's pensions. This dickhead, yeah, almost collapsed people's pensions with the money for the rich. Hey, oh, you know so much, but yeah, you know so much. I know enough to know that they let this Negro, right, do something that a majority of white conservative MPs were not brave enough to do, or let's just be called facts, not stupid enough to do at this present time. You know, the IMF predicted we're about to go into a recession in 2023. Oh, did no one tell you? Did no one tell you? You still remembering Boris Johnson? Fastest you could grow, economic growth, fastest the G7, fastest vaccine, like that, because you believed all that shit, because you're a fucking idiot. And he didn't see this energy price coming. Oh, no one could see the war in Ukraine coming. Yes, they could. Yeah, they could. Didn't Boris Johnson have him go Slava Ukraine and all that shit? So what did you think was going to happen? Now, they've allowed this black man, one of the very few black men in the Conservative Party, who all seem to be on the front bench. Have a look. This one black guy has done more damage to the British pounds and put pensions at risk, but made a shit ton of money for a shit ton of wealthy people in a very short period of time. He's done his shit and he's out. Came in, didn't last long, and he's out. Do you know how many people are kind of proud of Kwarteng? He's from Ghana. He's from Ghana, and he's in the government. They don't like him. And they don't realise how much of a sellout he is. This guy is superficial. He's worse than superficial. He's a danger, clear and present. Danger to you Negroes. You better wake up, man, because that's going to be called a black man. They're going to call, he's from Ghana, they're going to call him a black man. Do you see what happens when you put the economy in charge of a black man's hands? That means even the black people that Kwarteng doesn't like. You're all lumped in together with this fool. With this. Anyway, let me not break terms of service. So Kwarteng's lost his job. Liz Truss is right behind him at night, tirelessly, sometimes by themselves and in secret, right? And now what are we left with? We're left with a Labour Party that's institutionally racist at the top, with some Israeli intelligence officer working for Keir Starmer, and I suppose anti-Semitism has been rooted out of the Labour Party, because most of the decent, prominent left-wing MPs that support Jeremy Corbyn, they've been rooted out, so there's no need to use accusations of anti-Semitism anymore. Therefore, it's been rooted out of the party. Do you understand? That's who is up next. Damn. You guys better start paying attention to the politics, what's going on. We've got a recession coming in 2023. This guy hasn't helped. This guy's made it worse. It's gonna be worse in 2023. We've got bad times coming. I actually thought there was going to be a riot this year when there was no PM in between Boris and Liz Truss. But as you can see with the debacle going on here, if Kwarteng goes down, Liz Truss is not too far behind him. At night, tirelessly, sometimes by themselves, and then you've got time for you black people, if you're interested in politics, to start talking to your MPs. If you're a Labour, you might need to start reaching out a little bit more, right? Because the ones who've been there for ages, they've been bullied out. They've been bullied out under accusations of anti-Semitism, and that seems to be the main weapon. And have you noticed, when people use this anti-Semitism, have you noticed? Anti-Semitism, remember, anti-racism is meant to be a virtue. It's meant to be something positive from the heart. But have you noticed that the accusations are so visceral and horrible, and equally accuse the other person of being a very nasty character? And in fact, we never even ever hear what the quotes are, and we never ever see or hear from the person who's offended. We just hear that it's a thing that happens. Yeah, you never ever. Where's the victim? And why is there never any hard proof on the person that said something? It's always, I heard them say, nameless person said, I heard them say, because that's the tactic they use. Nameless person said, I heard said. Screw that. When there's racism, you'll see my face going, racism, you're a racist. Yeah, it's funny with this anti-Semitism. You never heard the person who's on the other end of the racism saying something. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Unless it's Tony Blair's son's ex-girlfriend, was Lucretia Berger or whatever. Yeah. Oh, yeah. When it's someone like that, and go. Oh, there was. But then who was the person? Name the person then. Who said that? Who said, oh, Hitler didn't go far enough? That sounds disgusting. Who said that? Name the person that said that. Oh, funny. It's funny. When it's time to name the person that said this horrendously sounding thing, they don't seem to be there. If you want me to point out some racists, I can point out about 5 or 6 for you right there. There's one there, there's one there, there's one there. Right? With evidence. You never seem to see any evidence. But anyway, if you haven't, check out The Labour Files, right? Al Jazeera documentary, 4 parts. I mean, you'd be very interested in part 3. Al Jazeera. Peace of God.
I am the king and will not be